Hello, hello. Okay, I think you can hear me. I probably should have come up with an intro bit. I don't fucking care. Anyway, I fucking hate doing warm-up sketches. Actually, I hate doing warm-up exercises. So, of course, I didn't do them for a very long time because I was like, oh, this takes so much time, and if I do them, then I'm going to lose my inspiration for the actual piece I wanted to work on. Which still kind of happens, but I have started, instead of doing like the lazy, circles and things. Sorry, they're not lazy, they're a good technique, but they're a pain in my ass. So I've started just doing like a little sketch before I start my main piece, like just to get into the mood, make sure I'm getting my pen pressure and stuff right, and it usually works. So for today's warm-up sketches, or sketches, I don't know, it depends on how long I want to make this video. I'm going through my playlists and actually adding like art to the thumbnails, because let's be honest, I haven't, like, usually I love making playlists. Like, I just love just chucking stuff into playlists, especially considering, like, whatever my current hyperfixation is, I'm just like, yes, playlist now. So anyway, I'm gonna zhuzh up some of these. This is a bad intro. Who cares? I believe in being authentic in all things, including my shitty voiceovers. Anyway, this is my District Attorney playlist, because I was obsessed with Who Killed Markiplier and, like, the extended Markiplier universe for so long. Like, I literally have a notebook full, like, it's under my bed, it's full of, like, every single timeline, and, like, all the notes I wrote on every single video in each timeline, because I was busy trying to connect it all together and, like, make a coherent timeline for my other animatics and stuff. Which I have a couple animation memes on it, actually. They're on my channel, you should go check them out. They're kind of outdated. The Tangled Up one isn't. That one's pretty recent. Slightly unfinished, but I was like, if I don't put it out, it's never gonna get done, because you don't care. But yeah, I was obsessed with the whole, like, YN and their story, and, like, how it connected in all the different ways, so obviously I have different life stages, like the District Attorney. I don't like naming my characters or, like, my self-inserts. It always just ends up being, like, funny, if I know, because fuck naming them anything different. They're all just facets of my own personality. Am I right, lads? This intro's gone on for too long. But that's actually not the District Attorney. Like, it was just the art I had on hand at the time, because I was like, oh, I need to put a thumbnail in there for this playlist. It's actually the zombie route from Heist with Markiplier, because I was obsessed with drawing all the variants. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have some of the art in here. Yeah, you're just looking at a screen record of my entire thing right now, but it's fine, whatever. This is from 2021, so it's old, but yeah, this ending 4 from A Heist with Markiplier. That's Illy's one, by the way. Love Illinois. That's my interpretation of a zombie, because that's the original 2020 version. Huh. I've actually, like, wildly improved since 2020. Like, I know it's been 5 years, but oh my god. Also, she has blue hair. They honestly use whatever pronouns you like for me. Yeah, I thought I had another, like, a bigger version of it, but guess not. Yeah, because this is the original zombie lighting. Because I did a whole bunch of these, like, for the different... Also, they've dyed their hair blue, because a baby just walked past my house and this place isn't soundproof, so yeah, they have orange hair underneath the blue dye, which I sometimes show off, sometimes I'm too lazy. as the other zombie one. This one's more recent, featuring me not transferring the tattoos over properly. I had a reason for the poppies, I just can't remember what it was. I had a list somewhere, but it's alright. You get the gist. That's the Heist of Markiplier version. So I'm gonna do a quick sketch of the Who Killed Markiplier District Attorney, because honestly I just think they're really cool. Like, I was super obsessed with like the mirror and how they got out of the mirror. I was like, yes, body horror time. Honestly, I think they possessed one of the gyms. Anyway, you didn't come here for a lore recap. Because, yeah, this was them, like, after the mirror. Because I love a whole, like, visible signs of stress on a body. Actually, I made them melt originally, like, because they're, like, it wasn't their original vessel, they were, like, melting through it. Which also looked really cool. It had a lot more, like, sagging skin and stuff, but then I was like, hey, mirror. They smashed that shit. And then I had the tally marks, which aren't represented great here, but I had the tally marks for, like, the time loop stuff. Because eventually, like, you know, they'd start catching on to the time loop and just start trigger warnings self-harm, I guess. Again, I fucking love this sort of stuff. I'm like, yes. Absolutely just stress the shit out of this self-insert. I don't want to know what that says about me. Drop it in the comments. If you want to armchair psychologist me, please. Yeah, high school was rough for a little bomb, but you don't care about that. You came to see me draw. At least I assume you did. Honestly, I don't know what your deal is. I mean, I'm happy to have you here, don't get me wrong, but it's been a while since I drew them. The poppies were for remembrance. Shout out Yancey. What do y'all know about Yancey? I still go back to visit him periodically, because he makes me so sad. Like, you'll come back for visiting day? Yes, I will, baby, I will. I wrote a couple fanfics about him, actually. I still have a Wattpad account. I don't use it anymore. Sorry if you requested something from my one-shots book and I just never fulfilled it. Like, RIP. I want to get back into writing, but honestly, like, I've been working on some stuff in the background. Mostly total drama fanfiction, actually. Not with the underage characters. I'm a Chris McLean simp. Quick, cheap, nasty. I was going somewhere with this. I can't commentate and draw at the same time, I'm sorry. If I don't commentate while I'm drawing, like, I'm not gonna have anything to put here. It'll just be like a mindless speed paint, and you know, maybe you're into that, but it's been a while since I drew them, so forgive the backing and full thing. I used to cosplay this little dude as well, actually. Well, I did once. I just filmed a lot of content for it and then proceeded to post it forever. I did the makeup and everything, like around the eyes. It actually ended up looking really cool. But it took so much time, like, it was one of the first cosplays I ever did on my TikTok, which is probably also in the description. It's attached to my link tree. I just attach my link tree to everything, like, it has all the links. Also, by the time you're seeing this, my Ko-Fi shop is out, and it will have some stickers on it. Ignore the whole, like, warning, only one left thing. It's just stock details. Like, I'm not trying to drive up demand or anything. I want to test it with, like, a smaller group before I start making stickers, like, full-time. Because, obviously, I have no money. So I've been making them by hand, and it's a lot of work. It's very rewarding. I like doing it. But is like just generally, I want to make people happy with my art. Like, I'm just posting things that make me happy, and I hope that makes other people happy too, because style. And if you think they look the same as all my other self-inserts, you're correct. I basically just I adapt the same design to whatever I'm into at any given moment, with slight changes in like hair and things, and body mods. Because I draw myself basically the same way, even after all this time. Like, I use he, him pronouns, like, some of the time, and like sometimes it really bothers me that I still have, you know, all the augmentations, but other times I'm just like, who fucking gives a shit? Gender's not real, you know? Is this interesting commentary? I don't know. Shout out to all my trans viewers, I guess. I don't know why I'm basing it on this. I don't know why I'm basing it on this illustration. I haven't. Excuse me, I need to find an actual reference photo of the DA. There's one. That was one of my... I never really got like the whole DA part down because I was really too lazy to research it, but I loved the Damien bit. I was absolutely in love with Damien. I will not deny that. He's my favorite guy. She doesn't have the curly bit around the front yet. I mean, all my self-inserts are basically characters anyway, so whatever pronouns I use for them aren't necessarily my pronouns. Like, I use mostly they, them pronouns for this, because obviously the DA uses they, them pronouns in Who Killed Markiplier, which was probably my first foray into that. I was like, oh dang, I actually really like not having a gender, this is great. And then reality barged in and it was like, oh, this is actually a lot harder than you thought it was gonna be. It's like, oh no. You ever get that? You're like, hey, I finally figured myself out, or like, I'm getting there, and reality crashes and it's like, maybe you have, but everyone else is still catching up. I didn't mean for this to become a discussion about my sexuality. I just haven't watched Who Killed Markiplier in a long time. It's like, I used to have a lot of really interesting opinions on it. Well, interesting in quotes. It was probably just the same thing that everyone else was thinking, but I was in high school at the time and too nervous to interact with anyone on the internet. Like, I stayed away from pretty much every fandom, because, like, even if I really liked it, I was like, oh my god, like, somebody else likes this more than me, and they're gonna call me out for not knowing this really specific detail about this one character, and I was petrified. Which is funny, because I spent my days on Wattpad convincing strangers not to jump off bridges, but I was like, oh, I can't go into a fandom space, people will know too much. They know more than me. And knowing more than me is bad. Nowadays I'm just like, I like this thing. Like, I was especially, like, DC stuff, I was like, oh my god, I haven't read every single comic. And I don't know every single character's name, like, they're gonna eat me alive out there. I think I was really nervous, because, like, it's a well, I don't know if it's predominantly male, but it is, like, a typically male interest, like comic books, and I've always been really nervous about that, because, I mean, typically, like, geek spaces aren't particularly welcoming, especially to, like, femme-presenting individuals. I'm not gonna call myself a woman, but I was at the time. I was still a girl. Well, I mean, I was still calling myself a girl. Nowadays, I'm just like, meh. My gender is whatever I feel is most funny at any given moment. Everyone else is still catching up, and it's kind of a pain, because I mean, I asked my sister, like, a year ago if she would use they, them pronouns for me, and she's like, no, that's so complicated, I don't want to do that. and I just kind of shut up about it, because honestly that's the kind of person I am. I'm just gonna shut up about it. But then I had the exact same conversation with her, like word for word, when I was like, would you maybe be okay introducing me as like your sibling? And like, would you be okay using he, him pronouns for me? And again, she was like, no, that's too much effort. Figure your shit out first and then we'll talk. And I'm like, well, how can I figure anything out if I'm not, like, trying it? I've been using them a bit online, like, not totally, but I've been using them in my head for myself, and I think I really like them, which is awkward, because I asked my mom the same thing, and she was like, yeah, you can do whatever you want when you move out in a couple years. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, like, obviously my family's not, like, super duper trans positive. I mean, they're not, like, against trans people. They stand pretty much... They're like, yeah, trans people should be allowed to, live and do things. Like, they're not bigots, but and when it comes to me, they're like, we don't want to do that. I'm like, you can't just... I mean, I guess you can just not want to do that, but... Like, I don't think they were attempting to hurt me with it. It kind of sucks, So naturally, here I am telling probably, like, 100 strangers, because my videos don't go that far, but... Hi, if you're listening to this... If you're listening to this and, like, drawing something, or, like, doing a craft, or anything in the background, it looks really good. I obviously can't see it, but I'm sure it does. You're making something, and that's all that matters. Like, also, like, tell me about your crafts in the comments. Tell me about what you're making, because I'd really appreciate that. I like when other people are crafty too. Like, I appreciate a good craft. Agents or escapists who need the quarantine when you're contagious. Just adding random cracks now. That model is outdated anyway. The one I showed you before, hasn't really been used since. Sometimes it gets used. I haven't really drawn this character in a while, but it's a nice warm-up piece, Breaking apart at the seams because you defied some order. Also, I almost never draw my characters with mouths, like when I'm just drawing them. Something about the mouths. It's always either the mouths or the eyes that are obscured. And I can't tell if that's just like because I'm bad at doing expressions, so I'm afraid of doing both, but it's interesting. I'll be back. Give me a moment. I'm back. I'll probably edit that part out, because who wants to sit there in silence for a minute and a half? Am I right? Maybe you like that. I don't know what you're into. Yeah, she has orange eyes. I always went with orange hair and orange eyes on my older OCs. Like, one of my best friends has orange hair, and I was always so jealous of her having orange hair. I was like, oh my god. Because to me that was absolutely thrilling. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever, And I still am, to be honest. She's super pretty. I mean, she'd be pretty without the red hair too, but... Yeah, I always wanted, like, a rare hair color as a kid. And, like, a rare eye color and stuff. Like, you remember that old Tumblr hoax, Alexandria's Genesis? Like, I always... Like, I didn't realize it was a hoax at the time, but, like, there's an old post on my personal Instagram that was like, wow, I wish I had this. It's like... This was before my research skills were... Like, this is before my critical thinking. I always wanted to have purple eyes. Or, like, different eyes, like... I mean, my eyes are hazel, and I think they're really pretty. Well, I do. I do now, anyway, like... No, I just never found them particularly interesting, but nowadays I'm like, they're my eyes, like, it's really cool that they're in my skull. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, you should never change any part of your appearance, like, I have a couple piercings going on, yeah, like, since when do I give a shit about what my family thinks? I'm hopefully getting a binder next week. It's taken like a while for me to find one here in Australia, like, because I don't, obviously, like, I'm kind of desperate, but I don't want to, like, destroy my chest tissue, because, like, I've heard horror stories of, like, bending at your ribs and stuff like that, and I don't want to do that, surprisingly enough. Also, I don't want to jeopardize my chances of getting top surgery in the future. Like, it's probably going to be a while down the line yet. Like, I still have to discuss everything with... I mean, like, I have no... The problem is I have, like, no idea where to start, because... I mean, like, I have a GP, but... Like, I feel... I mean, they're just gonna send me back to a psychiatrist, and the last one I went to is... kind of brushed me off on that front. Like, they're like, oh, are you actually feeling like that, or are you just depressed? Which has been the question I've been asking myself for the better part of, like, 8 years, so, you know. I think we've moved past the point of it being, like, just... Because I don't actively fucking hate myself anymore, which is really nice, actually. I've been able to, like, do things. I started wearing crop tops probably about a year ago now, and it's like, oh my god, this is comfortable and breathable, and no one actually cares whether I'm wearing one or not. It's like, oh my god. It was a huge revelation to me. And that was, like, the first foray into, like, self-expression I had. I was like, I want to wear crop tops, so I started wearing crop tops. I'm still kind of insecure about my tummy, but, like, I'm working through it. You know, we all have just to go through. Ignore the fact that I can't draw a cracking glass, apparently. Yeah. Got where I was going with this. Oh, right, crop tops and self-love. It's a delicate situation. Yeah, that was, like, my first foray into, you know, like, brave choices. And, you know, now I have fucking pink and purple hair. And I dress pretty alt when I can be bothered. I mean, most of the time I just do plain, but when I go out and stuff, like, I like looking alternative, which my sister hates, but, you know. I'm just trying to figure out when was the last time I gave a shit about what my parents think. Like, I want to get angel fangs so badly. Because I don't really, like, my teeth are kind of fucked down the bottom. Like, the way they've grown, like, doesn't quite sit right. So I don't know if, like, I'd be able to get snake bites. I haven't actually asked a piercer, but, like, my teeth sit, like, right out where you get snake bites. And, you know, my teeth are already kind of fucked, so I don't know if I want to get them more fucked, but... going somewhere with this. I've lost my train of thought, sorry. I'm probably gonna cut most of this out and just make this a speed paint anyway. I only, like, just learned about my reference panel, by the way, like 2 weeks ago, but now I'm too emotionally attached to the Chris McLean that lives down there. He's my emotional support Chris McLean, so I just haven't I haven't used the damn feature since, which is fucking hilarious to me. Like, I get emotionally attached to things very easily. I put Chris down there because I was doing some doodles of him for warm-up purposes. And now he's down there, and, like, I just can't ever get rid of him because that's my emotional support Chris McLean. Yeah, I am, like, a self-identified Chris McLean simp. I love me a slightly sadistic man. Sorry, I love topping a slightly sadistic man. I'm a firm believer that Chris McLean is a bottom, which will be portrayed in that fanfiction if I ever get it out. Because I'm, like, 4 episodes deep. The Shevchenko Redemption is one of my favorite episodes of TDA. It takes place in TDA, by the way. Like, they've had a relationship in TDA. I have a whole like timeline planned out. You should let me know if you ever want to see like a video on that, because I have a whole timeline planned out, like from like dating in Total Drama Island, like all the way to marriage, and then their divorce arc, and then their rekindling in the Redonkulous race. Like, I didn't include the reboot because I haven't seen it. I have no real desire to. I don't think I included Kakatao Island either, mostly because they were divorced at the time, so I don't have to write for Kakatao Island. I was like, fuck it, divorce arc. Because I don't want to write that season. All Stars as a season isn't so bad, but Kakatao Island kind of drives me up the wall. Kakatao Island? Yeah, because they blow up the island at the end of All Stars and they get a new island. Yeah, I've never watched. Well, I have. I watched season 5B when it came out, which says how old I am. Yeah, it was playing on ABC3 when I was a kid, but I only ever watched it that one time. I don't think I watched Kakatao Island. No, I watched Revenge of the Island. I don't mind Revenge, actually. Like, it's not my favourite season, but it's pretty decent. Dave can suck my dick and I hope he dies, but actually I think I just watched like the last 3 episodes. I watched the episodes that had Scarlett's meltdown, and that was about it. Everything past that is like, meh. Also, I have to keep digging up the uncensored version of the first season because the US version pisses me off so badly. Like, I don't care if you want to censor, like, crap, and if you want to change some language for, like, localization issues, I don't give a shit, but, like, most of the jokes are ruined in the dub. And, like, obviously the lip-syncing doesn't match up because they weren't going to reanimate it, but I don't usually care about that, but there's this one fucking beaver joke that really pisses me off. I think it's during, like, Sleepaway Camp or whatever that episode was called, like, the Big Sleep. No, wait, that's Death. I don't think it was called that. This has got, like, a fucking pop-up book. Or, like, maybe it's a live beaver. It's been a while since I saw it. And he's like, a national symbol and a damn fine hat. Which, you know, haha, beaver build dam. Haha, beaver build dam. Beaver build dam. Laugh, please. It's funny. It's a stupid joke, and it is my favorite. I love it so much. But then you get to, like, the US version, and it's like a real fine hat. Okay, you just... There's no joke there. Why is he doing air quotes? It pisses me off. Like, awful. Well, actually, I don't care about localization. Like, I grew up on Canadian cartoons. A mix of Canadian and Aussie, I'd say, because I don't think I had, like, a lot of American, like, typically American cartoons. Like, we never had Disney or anything in our house. It was always just fucking ABC3. Shout out to those of you who remember ABC3. Patrol used to give me so much secondhand embarrassment. Like, I could not physically watch it. I had to walk away. I think the only, like, American TV shows we ever had were, in this order specifically, Teen Titans Go, Regular Show, and then Adventure Time. Because me and my sister, we used to come home from school every day, and Teen Titans Go would play at 5:30, and then Regular Show at 6, and then Adventure Time at 6:30. And that was, like, our TV time. We sat down for an hour before dinner and just watched cartoons. I liked Adventure Time. She was never the biggest fan. I was never huge on Regular Show. Which I know. Blasphemy, cry in the streets, call for my execution immediately. It just never really did it for me. I did like Adventure Time though. It gave me those tragic feelings about things. I never got to the later seasons though, because by the time the later seasons started coming out, like, nothing good was airing on TV anymore. Because that was on 9Go in the evenings. Now the only thing on 9Go is, like, fucking car races and stuff. I hate, like, public access TV now. It used to be so good when I was a kid. they've completely destroyed ABC3. I mean, they destroyed it when they moved over to ABC Me, but I was like, okay, fine, whatever. They still play cartoons sometimes. That's great. But now it's literally just like endless fucking reruns of Merlin and Doctor Who, which I don't mind Doctor Who, but like there are no tween spaces anymore. It jumps from babies programs at like 2 p.m. to immediately adult programs at like 6. Also, the good cartoons are on at 2 in the morning, which sucks, because also, I say good cartoons, it's Dramarama. Like, that's the level of good I've sunken to. I don't hate Dramarama. Like, it's probably not... Like, I haven't sat down and watched it all the way through, but... flashbacks to the time I used to just draw in all white. Like, harsh shades. I haven't used, like, pure black line work in so long. I mean, granted, I stopped doing fucking line work like ages ago. I was like, I'm tired, I don't want to do this anymore. Because I used to like meticulously sketch everything out. So I could have like a perfect, and I was never happy with like the line art I did. It just never really did it for me. Recently I've just been, yeah, then I moved on to like trying to clean up my sketch before I posted it. And nowadays I'm just like, you get my sketch. It's cool. It's the barest version of me. The orange eyes. Well, orange eye. Doing warm-up sketches is fun because you inevitably get distracted and then all of a sudden you're like, I didn't really have anything planned for today. I have some keychains I'm supposed to be working on, but that's mostly for me since, I mean, I have to wait till I get paid before I can actually order anything. Yeah, if you could check out the Kopi shop, that'd be a real help, actually. Naturally, I did it all the wrong fucking way. So I'm gonna delicately carve out this middle part. Because I don't want to redo that. I'm lazy. And then I can just tuck that underneath. Beautiful, lovely work. Is it courageous or escapist to leave the quarantine when you're contagious? I couldn't be you. Come love me normally. Fucking way, I've spent an hour on this sketch. got to make this a warm-up sketch. I had intended to do, like, several of these, like, quick succession. I kind of got distracted. Mission failed. We'll get them next time. So I'm a sucker for, like, the dynamic between, like, Darkiplier and Damien and the district attorney, or the former district attorney. Because presumably the same protagonist is jumping across all these timelines, and a corrupted version of their best friend is haunting them. Like, that shit gives me the chills every time. I love him. I love the, like, we recognize each other, but we both change so much that we don't. Also, shout out Celine, an underrated character, I feel. Yeah, I had, like, a whole timeline with, like, how they met Asshole Mark and everything, like, because they went to full school with Damien, and, like, I had a headcanon that they were working on, like, the movie set as, like, charity work, because they needed the cash to put themselves through law school. And that's how they met Asshole Mark. And then, obviously, he's going through a massive divorce, so he sits around drinking and telling them all his problems. And that earns them a spot as the patsy and an invitation to poker night. I love that house, by the way. I would do unspeakable things be able to live there. I wrote a lot of, like, Who Killed Markiplier verse fanfiction as well. Some of it still holds up, I would say. Like, I have a one-shot book on my Wattpad account. There's a lot of Markiplier stuff on there, and I think most of it still holds up, especially the Yancey stuff that I mentioned earlier. Because I'm not, like, super passionate about writing anymore, but man, like, I have a 30-part Stanford Pines X-Reader on there. That still holds up. I still get comments of people being like, oh, this made me cry. I'm like, that's so sweet. I wrote this when I was 12. Oh, fuck, that's... Ew, there's gonna be, like, the 10-year anniversary of that fucking fic. Like, next year. Which is disgusting. But also an invitation to redraw the cover for the 5th time. The 10th anniversary cover! Do I edit it for the 10th anniversary, or do I, like, just leave it as a time capsule for who I was? Because one thing you need to know about me is I am obsessed with legacy. I'm obsessed with leaving my mark on the world. Which, you know, hence the YouTube channel, hence why we're all sitting here waiting for this to upload. I'll be back when this uploads. This recording's gonna blow up my laptop. My poor laptop fucking hates me. I'm crazy dehydrated right now. Maybe I shouldn't have made the file size so big. Anyway, I was thinking about total drama again. Can you tell I've been diagnosed? So I was thinking about, like, who was my first. Like, because, you know, every gay has a gay awakening. And I was like, Gwen from Total Drama, question mark? Which, she would be a good candidate, but, actually I think it was Natasha Romanoff in Iron Man 2. Yeah, it did irreparable damage to my sexuality. Seeing her toss that grown man to the mat. Natalie Rushman, my fucking beloved. Just love the old MCU movies. Loki is my mum's favorite character. and we like periodically rewatch the original Avengers movie just to see it, and she's like, "Oh my god, he's so naughty, he's so silly goofy," and I'm sitting across from her like irresponsible parenting. Maybe if you parented your fucking kids, Arden, we wouldn't have this problem. A firm believer that if Loki had had a more supportive home life, he wouldn't have turned out the way he did. Also, you know, Tesseract possession, yada yada. Taking over the world. Yeah, I gotta be honest, I see the appeal, I can see why it appeals to people, but I don't know, I think I'd just like to hang out with him for a while. Like, go down to that big goofy cell he sits in and just like annoy him for a while. The kneeling stuff does get me though. I also like Bucky, but not in like a romantic sense. Honestly, I don't think I mean, like, I get my wires crossed a lot. I wish Tony Stark was my dad. But, like, in the same way, God, I have never loved a YN more than YN Stark. Yin, if you will. I've always pronounced it as Yin Lin. I used to have an extension on my browser that automatically, like, replaced the YN, LN, like, EC with just my own descriptors, so I didn't have to, like, do it in my head. Phenomenal. Then I found out it was, like, malware and eating my computer alive, but, you know, we've all been there, haven't we? Okay, maybe making a file this big was a mistake. I used to draw in, like, a lot smaller canvas sizes. Now I draw, like, 6,000 by 6,000 if I'm doing. Which I know is probably crazy, but you know, I want to have as much chance as possible to preserve the detailing when it goes online, because, I mean, have you seen what Instagram does to uploads? Jesus Christ. It uploaded! I had to change the resolution size, because, you know, Spotify. I haven't listened to a lot of these songs in a while. I was Cleopatra. I was taller than the rafters. Actually, I had a fic based on that too. I think that's still up. I still listen to most of these, just Spotify's shuffle just fucking sucks. Like, the liked songs, it's like, oh, here's the same 4 songs. I know there's a way to fix that. I'm really lazy. If you are still here, thank you for watching. I had intended to do more than one thumbnail, but hey, if you decide you like this, drop a like, comment. I don't really care what you comment, just tell me about what's going on in your life. I'm sorry, I don't usually record, like, YouTube videos. Between, like, the shitty song covers and, like, various animation stuff, I don't really record myself doing anything. Also, I'm, like, recording the voiceover while I'm doing it, because recording it after the fact just, like, it loses the original vibe, I feel. I'm not a scripter. I'm an improviser. A poor one. If you're seeing this, the Ko-fi is probably live by now, so if you like the way my art looks, please feel free to go there. There's some cool stickers on there. It's pretty much just the stickers at the moment. You can also request song covers for $5, and I will do it. Terribly, probably, but I will have fun doing it. Also, I have a Redbubble. Just shameless plugging everything at the last minute here. I have a Redbubble. You can get stuff printed on basically anything. It's a great choice for my international viewers. Because obviously, like, I could start making things, but shipping to other countries is, like, super expensive. So, it would probably save you a bit on your end, but I'll, like, stickers-wise, international shipping is $5 on my Ko-fi, so take that as you want. Because it costs me that much to ship pretty much anywhere in the world, or at least to ship to the furthest point in the world from me. But I think that's all I had to say, so I think I'm gonna log off now. You're all lovely people, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, I suppose. I'm ending this like a so full.